Hey, math friends! Happy Monday before Thanksgiving break. I am so sad that I'm not able to be here with you guys today or tomorrow, but in order to see my family this year, I have to drive instead of flying. So I've had to take a couple of days off in order to make the 15-hour drive all the way up to Pennsylvania. So I will miss you guys a ton, and I cannot wait to see you guys on Monday. This video, I'll explain what our activities are for today, and I'll also go over a review on how to do all the different types of division strategies that we've learned. So please watch this quick video so you know what you should be doing today, and then I'll have another one for tomorrow. So on Monday, I have to complete these activities in order. So the first thing is obviously to watch this video, and you are doing that, so great job. Number one is the remediation test on formative. Not all of you have to take the remediation test. As I showed you guys your test last week, you and your parents were able to make the decision if you want to take the remediation math test. I only did it on the standards that you did not master. So if you want to try to get a better grade on your math test, I went ahead and on formative, I assigned all of the standards for the test. They're only assigned to the people that did not master those standards. So even if you told me you didn't want to take the remediation, I did it. So if you changed your mind, they are on there. So if you would like to try it and get a better grade, awesome. If not, no problem as well. So if you are planning to take the remediation test, log into formative and then do any of them that say remediation test. So there's the different standards, and then you will do any of those remediation tests. This is something that you cannot resubmit, so make sure you try your best the first time and you show your work for every single problem. You will, if you're in person, be doing this on a lined sheet of paper and handing this into the substitute when you are done with it. So make sure you go on and do those, and then I have a time for them to close as well. So I'll give you today, and if you need time tomorrow, to make sure you have these completed, and that is all the time we will have to complete those. So make sure you complete these within the next 2 days to the best of your ability in order to improve your score. The next thing in our list is makeup work on the makeup work folder on Schoology. So there's a couple of you are still doing the ones that I posted a couple weeks ago. This is your absolute positive last chance to do any of this makeup work. So if you have makeup work, make sure it's done. And also, if you guys this week on Friday, last week on Friday, we did a spiral graded and a exit ticket, which is graded. So if you were not here on Friday or you did not get to finish them on Friday, please go back into our assignments and complete those. I will not have time to put them in the makeup work folder, but they are still posted on Schoology. I could show you where they are really quickly. So if you go to weekly assignments, the Friday graded exit ticket is under November 16th to 20th on Friday. So it's right here, and this will still be opened for you to be able to go in and complete that exit ticket if you did not already. Same with the spiral. If you did not complete that on Friday, it's going to be your responsibility to go back in your centers folder, go back to spiral, and then click on your group color and click on last week, which was November 16th to 20th as well, and do this Friday spiral graded. So I won't be putting these in the makeup folder, but if you did not get a chance to do them last week, today is the day to do them. Please, please, please make sure I come back and have every single grade ready to grade and be able to put into PowerSchool so we're not having to backtrack after break. If you are done with your remediation test or you did not have to do it and you're done with your makeup work, you may move on to your MBT.6 division pixel art, which is under weekly assignments. So if you click on here, you click on the pixel art, and then you're going to open a document that will look like this. So as we've done these before, you type the answer into these blue boxes and colors will come up on the screen to reveal the mystery picture. At the end of this video, I will be explaining how to do one of these, so you might want to watch to see which one I explain and I give you the answer to and put it in there in order to have one of them already done for you. So I would work along with me as I do your example problems later. These are all word problems, but they're just division word problems. Sometimes ones talk about the leftover. Remember, the leftover is our remainder. So our remainder will go in this box, whereas the equal groups that we divide them into will go in these bigger boxes. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to see what else we have. If you're done with your pixel art assignment, you could finish your test corrections that I gave out last week. If you get done with these, just put these back in your math folder, and Mr. Mack is not going to be collecting them. I will collect them when I return. This and the turkey project right now are only in-person projects because my in-person students are a little bit ahead of my online students. So the test corrections should just go back into your math folder, and then your turkey project, you guys could just, if you are done with it, start a pile in the room somewhere so I could see these great projects when I come back. Make sure you show your work for both the test corrections and the turkey projects. I'm super excited to see both. If you're done with all 5 of those things, you can move on to having an iReady Green lesson passed for this week. I'm only assigning 1 iReady Green lesson for this week, but if you have time to do more, that is awesome. Extra math after that, then iReady Learning Games or Zearn. So you only have to pick one of these, but you need to do one of these for 15 minutes before logging into Prodigy. So either do some learning games or the Prodigy, or Zearn before Prodigy. And then after that, you are free to play Prodigy. So I'm going to switch screens over, and I'm going to open up the Sphere in order to do some example division problems. I will do 3 quick example division problems. And remember, one of these are definitely going to be on your classwork, so you might want to follow along and write these down as well. So the first one I'm going to start with is partial quotients. So I'm going to do 9 divided by 1,773. So I'm asking myself, how many times do I think 9 could go into 1,773? Well, it's in the thousands place. Can I do 9 times 1,000? No, I can't do that because it's only 1,000. Can I do 9 times 100? Yeah, I could definitely do that. So I'm going to start with 9 times 100, and I'm going to subtract 900 from here because 9 times 100 is 900. 3 minus 0 is 3. 7 minus 0 is 7. I can't do 7 minus 9, so I have to cross out the 1, make it a 0, make this a 17, and that will bring me to 873. I'm down to 873, so I'm asking myself, how many times does 9 go into 873? Well, I can't do another 100 because 900 is larger than 873. So I'm thinking about how many times 9 goes into about 800. Well, I know 9 times 9 is 81. So that means 9 times 90, if I do that over to the side, 9 times 90, 9 times 9 is 81, 810. That's really close to 873. So I'm going to do 873 minus 810. 3 minus 0 is 3, 7 minus 1 is 6, and 8 minus 8 is 0. Now I'm left with how many times 9 goes into 63. 9 goes into 63 7 times. 9 times 7 equals 63. So I'm going to do minus 63, and I have no remainder. In order to get my quotient, I have to add up these 3 numbers. 100 plus 90 plus 7 will give me 97 as my quotient. So that's an example of the partial quotients. The next problem I'm going to show you is the standard algorithm. So I'm going to do a different problem, and I'm going to show you how to use the standard algorithm with this. So I'm doing 3 divided by 2,452. So I'm asking myself, how many times does 3 go into 2? 3 goes into 2 0 times because 3 is larger than 2. So it doesn't go in any time. So I'm going to do 3 times 0, which is 0. And I'm also going to write my steps over here to help you guys. So it's divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, and repeat. So that could help you as I go through this problem. So now I'm at my subtract step. So I'm doing 2 minus 0 is 2. Now I'm going to bring down the 4. And then I'm going to repeat back up to divide. So now I'm going to say, how many times does 3 go into 24? 3 goes into 24 8 times. So then now I'm going to multiply. 3 times 8 equals 24. So I'm going to subtract 24. My next step, I get 0. My next step is to bring down the 5. Now I'm going to say how many times does 3 go into 5? 3 goes into 5 one time. I could do that because the 5 is larger than the 3. So now I'm going to do 3 times 1, which is 3, and subtract it from the 5. Sorry, I got to move this around a little bit, which will give me 2. My next step is to bring down my 2. Now I'm asking myself how many times does 3 go into 22? 3 goes into 22 7 times. 3 times 7 is 21. Subtract, and I'll squeeze this down here. 22 minus 20 is 1. So my answer, since 3 can't go into 1, my answer will be 817, remainder of 1. So that is the standard algorithm. Sorry, I have to keep moving this around. I'm going to try to not do that again. Make this a little bigger. All right. Here comes our last problem and our last method that we learned. So this is the box method. This is going to be the same strategies, except one will be a little different. So we're going to divide, multiply, subtract, bring up instead of bring down, and remainder, or repeat or remainder. So it all depends on where we're at in the step. So we're going to do 8,077 divided by 4, which will give us, which divided by 4, I'm getting ahead of myself, equals blank. So I'm going to draw a box because this is the box method. Oh, I'm really off on this doc cam right now. Sorry about that. And I see 1, 2, 3, 4 digits in my dividend. So I'm going to make 4 spaces in my box. I'm going to put my divisor, which is 4 on the outside. And I'm going to put my dividend on the inside. So I'm going to put 8,077. And something I've figured out as doing this a while, I'm going to keep my digits kind of close to the right side of it. So when I bring up, I have space for my other ones. So I'm going to start out by dividing. And I'm always going to multiply on the outside, divide on the inside, and I'm always multiplying and dividing by my divisor. So the divisor is always going to be a part of it, except when we subtract. So I start with divide. I'm saying how many times does 4 go into 8? 4 goes into 8 2 times. So I put my quotient on the top. Top is the quotient. So then after I know that 4 goes into 8 2 times, I need to multiply 4 times 2, which will give me 8. Next step is to subtract. 8 minus 8 is 0. Bring up my 0, still gives me 0. Now I'm going to ask myself how many times does 4 go into 0? 4 goes into 0 0 times. 4 times 0 is 0 again. Subtract 0. I'm still getting 0. Bring that up. Now I have 0, 7. Be mindful, this is not 70. It's still just 7 because this is a 0 in front of the 7. That's why we keep it close to here so we know that we're putting it in front. So now I'm doing 4. How many times does 4 go into 7? 4 goes into 7 one time, and 4 times 1 is 8. 4 times 1 is not 8. 4 times 1 is 4. And then 7 minus 4 is 3. Now I'm going to bring up that 3. Now I'm asking myself, how many times does 4 go into 37? 4 goes into 7 9 times, and 4 times 9 equals 36. So I'm going to subtract 37 from 36, and I'm going to get 1. Because 4 can't go into 1, that's going to be my remainder of 1. So my answer for this one is 2019, remainder 1. I'm going to erase my steps on the side and quickly show you guys how to check your work because that is a really important step in order to make sure you are getting the correct answers. So in order to check my work, I'm going to take my divisor and multiply it by my quotient. And then lastly, I'll add my remainder. So I'm going to come over here. So I took my divisor. I'm going to multiply it by my quotient, which is 2019, remainder 1. So I need my area model. So 2000 plus, I could put 0 here if I want. 0 in the hundreds, 10 plus 9. And then I have to remember at the end, I still need to add plus 1 for my remainder. So I'm going to put that down there to remember. 4 times 2,000 is 8,000. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 10 is 40. 4 times 9 is 36. So now I'm going to add these all together. I'll do my plus 1 in a minute. 8,000, 40, 36, and there's my remainder. This is the remainder that I'm adding with it. 6 plus 1 is 7. 4 plus 3 is 7. 0 plus 0 is 0. 8 plus 8 is, or 8 plus 0 is 8. So this should be the same as the dividend. So this should be equal to the dividend. So since I know that's equal to the dividend, I know my answer is correct. Check.